Good morning. Yeah, come and talk about this morning. Except to scare away the deer that were in my yard. Good morning. How is everybody? Um, so we are Sunday morning in July. I am your host, Lady Caren, on the Wise One channel. I hope you all are doing good. I'm glad that you've clicked on my video. I'm very glad. Appreciate it. Trying to get back in there, do stuff, make videos, preview content. Hopefully you'll like the content. Drinking coffee. I haven't done anything special. I've tried the International Cinnabon creamer with this. Not associated. And then just brown sugar. Try not to burp. That was a burp of its own volition. I don't know. Oh. So I've done everything but clean my room for a whole week. Right in front of me. We call that productive procrastination. Oh, no, I'll get it. And sort through everything. I keep looking at, I'll call my fiance. But I'm not so sure he wants to marry me. I don't blame him. He's giving me that look. I said I'm not so sure. I've made no assumptions that he still wants to marry me. I think before.
Overthinking.
Oh, overthinking. I was referring like this is how you say like in the past.
Okay, well, yes, in the past you've overthinking. I don't know sign as well as you do.
It's funny because my youngest is losing her sign language, but my other genius is learning is learning the sign language through like yeah. But when I think you can't get it until you sign it back or you want it. If you want to know what it is, you'll have to figure out sign or where it is. That one started learning real quick. So I could sign, and the youngest will be like, huh? And the other one will be like, oh, okay, and run off. And it's kind of interesting to watch. Sad, but interesting. Yeah. So the laundry hasn't moved since yesterday's video. I'll get that after this. But we did manage to run our errands. I cooked meals, and I should put more meals up on. I'm on TikTok and I'm on the Caren you love. Kids are on there too. So if you have any ill intent with children, I will delete you. That's not a threat, is that? I don't think YouTube likes threats. See, not a threat. It's a promise. I mean, I love you guys, but my kids are my kids. So yeah, I'm on the TikTok and I've decided to put my recipe folder or my meal ideas on there because it's just easier. I was doing it on Instagram, but that's like this way when I've cooked already by the time I know what I'm going to cook. And so I kind of get in the kitchen, I kind of mix things together and go, oh, this looks good. This looks good. Because I hate that, oh, there's nothing in the house to eat and you've got 3 ingredients. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to be creative enough that those 3 ingredients will always be a meal, no matter what. So I've started putting it on TikTok. It's yeah, we've got the little flour tortilla pizzas. We've got my my imitation of sushi. Nowhere near sushi, but it looks like it could have been sushi. I just threw those up there. So a lot of doing is what you can do with. It's not about what you can't do, it's about what you can do. So I've started with just putting things together. I'm sorry for whoever watched that decided to not watch. I'm so sorry. There was like a viewer and then they're gone. Poof. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then the youngest snuck in bed no, blatantly went to bed with us last night. I was like snuck in, got to be cute adore. No, this one's like, mommy, daddy. They don't like their beds right now. It's lonely. This one is likes people right next to them a lot. Uh, they're not happy by themselves yet. Eh, I'll figure it out. We've got the pool up. So I'm thinking I missed a hole because I'm thinking the water went down. I must have poked a hole in it. Or my idea created holes. That would be my luck. We'll put more water in it and freeze to death. But it's so warm by the time, lunch gets around, it'd be nice, I swim. Or I could swim in the morning, freeze to death, and feel good about a nice cold swim in the morning. Apparently that energizes people. And I am looking for energy and I'm scared. It scares me. The cold shower, cold swim in the morning. Oh, cold. I don't like cold. I don't. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing well. And I really enjoy doing YouTube. I'm just throwing on a video that totally needs edited, that I just don't edit. I mean, this is reality. I mean, we make things so pretty for our viewers, most of the creators, and I just sit here and go, I'm gonna do what I can and just throw it on there. Like, yeah, I haven't come to editing yet. Just like it's very raw. I have a very raw show. And if that's the thing that floats your boat, that's your niche. I'm in it. I am in that flow. I am in that niche. That niche is totally raw, unedited, for what it is. Totally crazy. Oh, I thought he'd nod, but I think he said me up. Yeah. I figured I'm not a lot of people's niche, and that's okay. Otherwise, I'd have like 10 more friends. So it's possible that besides the ADD, which I know I have, and I have lack of discipline, and I have, you know, this is what you get when you have the lack of discipline and ADD, and you have possible, autism, like a possible portion of that. I don't know where I am on the scale. And it's a spectrum. Enjoy it. Lots of different people with different things. Autism. It's just like, oh, that would explain so much. Yeah. Like, yeah. It'd be, and then there'd be therapy to help me overcome the problems that lead that. So I've got this pretty picture of what my discipline would look like, but it's very general. And so this very general thing doesn't work very well if you don't have it precisely what you want. And that's where I'm at currently. I'm just trying to develop my discipline, my way. Trying to develop a way to talk where it doesn't sound like no idea what I'm looking at on his phone. It's rude to overlook somebody's shoulder while they're looking at the phone. Oh, and now he's scrolling really fast. I can't. Yeah, I don't know. Scroll to the top of the page. Oh, now he's showing me because he loves me and he knows I'm weird. Pinterest. I want the axe. Is there an axe one version of that? There was an all-in-one tool with the axe. I want the axe. After that other day, I want the axe. I didn't think I'd need it, but now I want one. If you ever get one, just let you know. I love you. Right a bit out. Yeah. Hi, viewers. Yeah, I didn't think I needed an axe, but I tried to do stuff with some wood. I'm like, I needed an axe. It's great to rent it or to borrow or to rent one and then to give it back if you don't need something more than like one time. But I'm beginning to think I'm going to need it more often. That is good. It's fun. Yeah. So I want to develop a discipline, and then I want to teach the kids discipline. But if I'm teaching the kids while I'm developing it, I've got to make that work, or it doesn't work at all. I don't think I let him get enough sleep. Our child coming into bed, like, fix it. Like, what do you mean fix it? So you sleeping? So yeah. There was something that I was going to get on here for. I had last night or yesterday morning. I had an idea of what to do, and I never got on here and talked about it. There was something I was going to show you on the phone, and I don't remember what it was. All right, let's check the weather for today in my area. Oops. Don't get distracted by stuff. Yeah. Oh, only up to 82. Yep, 82. It's going to be cool today. There are some places I go, yes, 82 is cool. We normally have hundreds. So it's really bad when I get used to 82 and then like somebody feels cold. That's just not right. We're getting closer to the sun, I think. I think we're all gonna die. No, that's not the reason. But it just feels like that. So I was gonna structure these things. It is July. We are more than halfway through the year. Have I accomplished progress towards my New Year's resolution? I don't remember my New Year's resolution. Otherwise, I would cut that little screen that little screenshot a little bit of the video and be like, me talking about my New Year's resolution. And I don't know how to edit that. So I need like really cool editors to be my friend. I don't right now I've been trying to perfect all my side hustles and try to get my hustle going. So me as a priestess, if I could get that, that's the main thing. And decided to do a whole bunch of side hustles. That includes foot fetish, like posting my feet. Well, not foot fetish, but posting my feet up on online. I have decided to delve into that. I've watched another YouTube creator do that. They made so many pounds because they live in Europe, and I live here. My feet are probably not nearly as pretty as their feet, and we will see what happens. And I've noticed that nothing is as simple as like, oh, click post. No, you have to research like ways to make sure that your feet pics don't get stolen, that you don't get robbed, that you don't get scammed, and that to find out what kind of feet posts they want. And then if you notice, there's no place to put my feet up to take their pictures. Yeah. So it shouldn't be that you can't do this because you're not good enough. Are these conditions required? So you can't, like, all exclusive club or no-nos. Like in our society, we're supposed to, but yet they still manage somehow to make it more exclusive. The more we've decided to include everybody, the more exclusive it feels. I'd ask him if that sounds as accurate to him as it does to me, but he's in the middle of doing his thing, looking adorable. He does look adorable. I can't show you what he looks like because then all of you would be all proposing to him because he's adorable. He's like the most handsome person in the world, and he's loyal. He's still here. A loyal person. Oh, it's hard to find. So yeah, he's all mine. You can't have him. He's mine. Mine. Yeah. I'm sure he'd be like, somebody else would be like, hey, I'll marry you. I'm sure he'd jump, but then that wouldn't make him as loyal as. Oh, he says. Yeah, he says Effie. But he is very handsome. But he's my werewolf. You can't have him. He's got the werewolf beard that's just full. He's hunched over. And it looks like he's just going to go full werewolf in a minute. He's so cute. Yes. So, a lot more about the wise one in the way of religion. It's Sunday. Let's think religion here. Let's look at the definition of religion so that we make sure we get this right. There we go. I can hear you don't want to be detected on the lights. I see scary stuff like spiders. Today we are getting spiders no matter what. Okay. So relationship. No, religion. Religion. Is there a deaf? Okay. Grow your vocabulary with daily word of no. Religion. Noun. The belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. Ha! Where is this dictionary from that it's totally. Alright. A particular system of faith and worship, plural, noun, religions, the world's great religions, a pursuit of interest to which somebody ascribes supreme importance. Consumerism is the new religion. Oh, I got social religion. Okay, so I am not seeing where the definition came from. Oxford languages. From the Oxford languages. There it is. Translations and more definitions. Religion is usually defined as a social culture system of designated behaviors and practices, morals, beliefs, worldviews, texts, sanctified places, prophecies, ethics, or organizations that generally, and then it says that Wikipedia. There are estimated 10,000 distinct religions worldwide. About 84% of the world's population is affiliated with Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, or from Religions Wikipedia. So who is the biggest religion? I wonder. Ah, most followed religion. Wow, that's sad. Okay, because that's a big umbrella, and a lot of Christians are like, you know, Christianity, 2.382 billion, with 31.11% Islam, 1.907 billion, with 24.9%. Secular, non-religion, agnostic, and atheistic, 1.198 billion, 15%. Hinduism. So it's just Wikipedia.org, which is not. So according to Britannia, is Britannia accurate? Do they have fact checkers? So Wikipedia does not have fact checkers. They have, you can put your own opinion on. So it's biased to a population of beliefs of whoever decides to put in Wikipedia. So according to www.pewresearch.org, Christians remain world's largest religious group, but they are declining in Europe. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Christianity. Fastest growing religion. Let's see what that is. Growth of religions involves the spread of individual religions and the increase of numbers of religions adhered around the world. Oh, I know a lot of good Christians, or people who believe in Christianity and that follow it in a way that they believe is good for themselves and others. You know, where they're just kind people and they have kind acts. Religious figures, the world's statistic currently. It's just another Wikipedia. Why Muslims are the world's fastest growing religious group. Okay, that is a different Wikipedia. So BBC.com is the world's fastest growing religion. World Atlas reasons why Muslims are the world's fastest growing religious group. Which religion will be the largest by the end of the century? E-journal, unispace.ac, an interesting website. University magazine, fastest growing religion, the world 2021, University magazine, November 1st, 2021. Islam is the world's fastest growing religion, rising at more than double the rate of the worldwide population. Why Islam is the world's fastest growing religion by WBUR.org. Oh, this was in July 17, 2017. While the global population is expected to grow 32% by 2060, the number of Muslims is expected to grow 70%. This is interesting. So that is what you get when you do a Google search. I get to clean today so that we can enjoy tomorrow. Every time I say that, we'd go and do something, and we wouldn't get it clean, and yeah. It's not that I don't care, it's just control is an illusion. And if you think you have control over stuff, control over things. Like I have control over my own life. It's just like so many things happen in your life with control is what you're aware about what you can do about it. And people are like, you make good choices. And I preach again and again. It's not about making good choices. It's about dealing with the consequences of what happens. Man, you could take responsibility for it. But I mean, you make an incalculable amount of decisions at any given time, at any given moment. And it doesn't end. It's continuously. And inaction is actually a decision. It just continues. And it's not bad or good. It's what you do with it. I mean, it really isn't bad or good. It's mostly what I've come to conclude so far is that it's move towards or move away from. So I mean, like, what do we want to do with that with our lives? Hmm? I wonder. It's open to so many possibilities. Yeah, I thought looking funny, funny looks would do something. Because I've watched a lot of charismatic other people. It's like watching on TV. So I have tried to monetize this because I've tried to get all these other things going in my life. And it helps if I have subscribers, something about the amount of hours watched. So if you want to, usually there's like watch until the end of the video. Comment below about where you prefer the length of the videos to go. Like if you're watching this on or listening to this on your way to work, your Coffee with Karen's videos, would you enjoy me just talking for just listening in the background? Because I understand those who've been through trauma like background noise. Stuff that they don't have to pay attention to, that they don't have to listen to, that it's on the other side of the room, and or your hands are full and full of soap, or dishes are full of children, and realistically interacting with our videos are difficult, is a difficult thing. I can understand it because I've been there myself. I mean, I'd like to subscribe or to like or to get, comment. And sure, yeah, it's played to the end. But somehow I feel like it's domesticating. I want less and less domesticated. I want to be more wild, more free, to be able to survive on my own. Uh, for the kids too, so that they don't have to. They can go out, or what's left of the wildlife. We should try to make more and more wildlife. Eh, yeah, that's a subject. Wildlife. Ooh. Yeah, I see lots of videos that come across my screen about, oh, look at, there's deer in my yard, there's a fox in my yard, there's all these, like this bear tried to come through my house and eat my dog. Mostly because we're so encroached on their homes that, we don't outline thinking that this is a house for, several different fauna and floras that just, and then we get, a whole population just decided to grow. I had kids. I love it. I love having my kids. They're wonderful people. I can imagine the world without my kids. So I'm like, of course we're gonna keep population growing. Abortion is illegal. Oh, that's another video for another day. We are not going to get into that. Mostly, I don't want to talk about politics, being religious. I would talk about probably the morality of these politics mostly, but not, hey, you should choose to vote against, you know, this or that or vote for. That's not that's not healthy. So, especially religiously, but religiously to view how we shouldn't have, whether or not we should or shouldn't have abortions. It's just, you have to wonder. I mean, maybe it's because I'm autistic, but I think it's completely segregated that it's my body, my choice. Like, that doesn't really have to do with abortions, but it does have to do with the fact that there's rights involved, whether or not you can have health care. God told me not to get politically involved, but I mean, it's not the abortions that they tacked on to talk about for whether or not the abortions are illegal. If it were that, they would have simply made laws or made rulings and stuff that talk just about abortions. We did make laws before Roe v. Wade was overturned about when you can have an abortion after so many months. I mean, they brought that up. If it were that, then everybody would be all over that, and nobody would have touched Roe versus Wade. If it were just about abortions, we would have made a big deal out of, oh, you can't have an abortion after so many weeks or months because that's when you cure a heartbeat. And they would have done that, and that would have been that. And you do realize, morally, these people are talking on politically extra stuff like our privacy rights, our healthcare, whether or not we can get birth control. We call it birth control, but I mean, who hasn't used another pill for like an antidepressant to use for other things other than depression? I mean, this medication is simply a certain thing that regulates the health of, say, the uterus. It has nothing to do with the fact that it also makes it more difficult to get pregnant. The funny thing is, if you just add on like an antibiotic, it's extremely easy to get pregnant on these birth control pills. So calling them birth control pills doesn't really work. Um, so yeah, I mean, like, so politically speaking, I'm not going to tell you one way or another about how you should vote, shouldn't vote. I should tell you, though, that religiously, you want to at least research, to be knowledgeable. We all say things like ignorance is bliss, so happy being ignorant, but there is so much harm that comes from ignorance, that comes from not knowing. People don't even know the amount of harm that they do because they just don't know. And then when they do, and they think about the result of their actions or inactions, it's a little overwhelming to think about that. So, religiously, what I want you to do is learn. Go out there and find as many sources as you can, and then double check those sources with the opposing sources, or Roe versus Wade and against Roe versus Wade, kind of thing. Yeah. And that's not the only thing that people are doing. I mean, it's not just that particular. I don't know why they think the government can just like do things that like overturn other the Supreme Court is just like going through more than one law where they think we're not noticing, and that's not. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I've been raised that state and law should be separate, and yes, you shouldn't have religious reasons why you vote or don't vote something. You simply have certain morals. But on the other hand, most civilizations, before there were civilizations, had a chief and had a spiritual advisor up at the top working together. And I'm like, I don't know how many laws of the people built. I mean, that would be interesting to look at how many laws of the people back when they had numbered tribes, clans, and people where they had shamans and chiefs working together, how many of the rules and laws and ways of the people was religiously involved. I mean, I'm pretty sure they managed to do this. This would be an interesting rabbit hole to go research. Uh, Looking at how much of it was religiously involved. How much was it the spirits talking, or to do something because of the spirits? Spirit said you can't do this. I mean, if we look at the Mayans, There's a lot of civilizations. That would be an interesting thing to look through. I should get going and doing stuff. No more procrastination for me. Hopefully this will all look pretty next time, you guys. Watch my next video. That's what we're rooting for, is a pretty background. Or a nice and neat background. Like and comment if you have any suggestions of things that don't involve any money. I'm not gonna go to the Dollar Tree. I'm done with the Dollar Tree. I'm done with cheap places. That's just like, I feel like I went to Walmart to get a toy for like $1 for the kids. And I feel like I was highway robbery. I feel like it was robbed. I kept telling, I can't really get a toy. I'll just start making toys at home. Start doing all this stuff at home. So this is ridiculous. All the toys and everything. I mean, like, yeah, we'll go back to the way it was where I just make everything at home. Because that was, yeah, no. I did not have a good experience just trying to get a toy for a kid. The prices are ridiculous. The inflation is ridiculous. Everything is, that's not, no. I have to go back to the primitive ways of things, homesteading in a more primitive manner, figure out how to make things affordable, because it's just insane. And you would think that I'm just crazy talking like this, but no, I'm pretty sure it's society has gone crazier than I am. And if I react in a way that sounds crazy, it's probably more sane than the way society is. Because it's shocking. It's tsunami shocking. It's like a tsunami is coming and hits with the amount of ways. I mean, where does society expect us to go? Poor people. They expect us to just die right off. What if it's worse than dying off if you don't make enough money? Only the rich. And then what happens to the rich? They have poor people at the end of the rich scale. I mean, like, not everybody has the same amount of money. So, like, the poorest people, the rich, will they become poor people? You can't kill out the poor, and poor isn't the problem. I have to wonder. Yeah. So it sounds like Wise One is going to have a bunch of adventurous videos on how to do things, to make your own things and make your own stuff. Because I've been watching videos with, like, it's only 3 ingredients for cooking, and where they take a box of, like, cake mix. That is not 3 ingredients. That is more than 3 ingredients. And they put it in with 1 or 2 other things. No. Cooking something from scratch is not the same as cooking from scratch when I was growing up. So, learning how to be financially not secure. I'm going to do more of those videos. And it's like, yeah, not one-time plastic. We're going to have to figure it all out. I'm going to show you how you do it all too. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Love you. You guys have a good one. I will see you in the next video. And good luck in this horrible inflation. I don't know what, yeah, the world is an interesting place. We live in interesting times. I'm so sorry. Best of luck. Bye.